everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right folks, so for this video I'm going to be taking you around my latest 4K pickup that I got for Hannibal. And as you can see, it comes in this rather deluxe looking edition, and it goes without saying, but I will also review the 4K picture on this one as well for you. Now I have to tell you, Universal are really knocking it out of the park when it comes to their releases at the moment. But I have one little problem. I just wish they were a little bit more consistent, because you have a beautiful release like this Hannibal release. I also picked up this very recently. I've done a video on it, as a matter of fact. It came from outer space, and the presentation on this is very similar to Hannibal, where you get a nice hard rigid box in this beautiful soft touch feel to it as well. And then I also have another release here of Hard Target. And again, much like the other two, a lovely, strong, rigid box set on this. And every one of them have lovely steelbooks with them as well. But then there is the odd occasion where you get the likes of Jaws 2. Now this has a nice lenticular cover on it, but unfortunately, the actual box itself is incredibly flimsy. And then I've also got Animal House. And again, much like Jaws, it comes in this very flimsy box. And I'm actually already starting to see wear on it. So I wish they would just stick to the hard rigid box sets, because you know when you have them in your hands, you know they're just going to last forever. Now, apparently they're bringing out Megan in the next week. I actually have it pre-ordered. And I noticed it says something about a lenticular cover on that, but there's no mention of a rigid box set. So something's telling me it's going to be very similar to the Jaws release and Animal House, but look, I'll have to wait and see. As for the movie itself, it is directed by Ridley Scott. It has an all-star cast as well of Anthony Hopkins, of course. You got Julianne Moore, Ray Liotta and Gary Oldman, just to name a few. Now, I remember seeing this back in the day and I was somewhat underwhelmed by it, and I have to tell you, nothing has changed. It's not to say that it's a bad movie, far from it. It just doesn't hit the heights of Silence of the Lambs. As a matter of fact, it doesn't come remotely close to it. But the one saving grace, I will say, is Julianne Moore as Clarice in this movie. She had some big shoes to fill, replacing Jodie Foster. And I think for the most part, she done an incredible job. Anthony Hopkins is forever reliable, but the one thing I will say about his character in this, he is nothing near as intimidating and as scary as he was in Silence of the Lambs. And the one thing that made Silence of the Lambs fantastic is that character interaction between the two of them, but it is sadly lacking when it comes to this movie. Now, it just goes to show that you can have the greatest cast and the greatest director behind the movie, but if you don't have a script, there's no rescuing it, and it's a bit of a shame that, and if I'm completely honest, the sequel, Red Dragon, is a far better movie. As a matter of fact, that just came out on 4K, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that's going to look like. And yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that one. But even though the movie did get critically panned at the box office, it was a huge box office success. It had a budget of just shy of 90 million, and it grossed just a little over 350 million. So yes, it was a box office smash. Now, in terms of special features, it is massively lacking. And it is a shame, considering the actual release itself. You think they would have just went the extra step and gave us some good, you know, documentaries or a good featurette, but unfortunately, not much going on with this release. Right folks, so I'm going to take you around this one. I'm going to show you everything that's inside it, and then I'm going to come back and review the 4K picture. So yeah, let's get to it. Right, so here we go, Hannibal. So I have removed the J card. I'm going to just quickly bring it in for you to have a look. But as you can see, it basically shows you everything that's in this set. All the special features there as well. You got the cast and crew, and of course the technical aspects. So that is the J card, and just be careful with them glue spots as well, folks, because the last thing you want to do is damage this, and it is absolutely beautiful. So like I said at the start of this video, it does have a nice hard rigid case to it, lovely soft touch paper as well, and it looks beautiful. Now, you know me, red and black, I just love that colour scheme, and it's just a simple blood splatter effect. You have Hannibal's face in the middle of it, and not just that, but the blood actually has this lovely bit of spot glossing going on to it as well, and I hope my camera is picking it up. And not just that, but the writing as well. Hannibal and the two names have a lovely bit of spot glossing. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of the artwork on this one. So I will take us then onto the spine of it, and again, more spot glossing going on, as well as my fingerprint. That's the only problem when it comes to soft touch paper. It picks up fingerprints so badly. So right around the back, of course, you got the Hannibal Lecter mask there as well. That all has some beautiful spot glossing going on as well. And of course, I'm giving very serious thought to eating your wife. And again, that has all spot glossing. So I love the back artwork on this as well. It's something very different to the main cover, which is always nice to see. And I don't think there's anything on the top of it. On the bottom, there is my unique number. As you can see, it is 439 of 1500. And this is the inserts, if I can get it the right way around, that is. There we go. So I'm going to take everything out here and give you a close look at it. So I think I will start with the booklet you get here. And as you can see, it is much the same what we've seen on the back of the box, but of course, the actual mask is just blacked out. But it is a nice bit of spot glossing going on again. There is so much effort going into this. It's probably Universal's best release, if I'm completely honest. And then, of course, well, hello, Clarice. So I'm going to just quickly take us around through the booklet here. As you can see, it's just a write-up of the entire movie, of course. And I'm sure there's a bit of a write-up of the actual cast itself. Oh, it is actually production notes as well. So that is the booklet. So I'm going to put that to a side. You've also got a poster, a very, very small poster, I might add. But you actually got a picture there of Hannibal Lecter with the mask on. Forgive me, folks, for the light glare on that. It just can't be helped. But I think you can make it out. And then when you turn around to the other side, it is that original poster artwork for Hannibal. Right, so move that to a side, if I can, that is. There we go. And then we've also got a couple of postcards here, which I'm going to show you. And as you can see, it is just a couple of stills from the actual movie itself. But I like the way they're presented, and they also have a nice high gloss finish to them as well. So there we go, that is the postcards, and they all have the same backing, and that's them there. And all that's left to do is to show this absolute stunning, and I mean stunning looking steelbook. Now again, I hope my camera is picking it up, but it has this kind of, I don't know, this kind of brushed paint look to it. There is a nice bit of embossing there as well for the name Hannibal. And as you can see, it has that kind of framed look, which I haven't seen in a while. And I would love to see them bring it back to steelbooks. I love that effect. But the colour scheme looks absolutely astonishing. And again, I'm just hoping my camera is picking up how beautiful this steelbook actually looks. So I'm going to take us then onto the spine of this one. You just got simply Hannibal written there, with the Universal logo at the bottom. And there we go, that's the back of it, and it's just a scene from the movie. It is Hannibal carrying Clarice. And again, the artwork on the back of this is nothing near as extravagant as the main cover, but it still looks rather nice. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to open the steelbook in full to give you a full look at it, but there we go. It is the one selling point to this edition, it has to be said. The steelbook is rather beautiful. And then turn it around and I will quickly show you the 4K disc. And that is, lastly, we have the Blu-ray disc. And then, of course, we have the artwork inside the steelbook itself. And as you can see, it is that wonderful scene at the end of this movie. And wow, brace yourselves when you see that on 4K. So there you have it, folks. So I'm going to just do a quick little recap here. So you've got that beautiful, beautiful steelbook. You've also got your postcards. You've also got that small little poster there. You have your booklet. And then, of course, you have the actual box itself that holds it all in. It is a beautiful, beautiful looking release. Right, so on to the 4K transfer. So I'm going to make this one very simple. It literally beats the piss out of the previous Blu-ray. Now, if you have picked this up on 4K and you have that Blu-ray, trust me when I say, get rid of it. You have no need for it anymore. That's how good this looks. It is, I have no complaints. I have absolutely no complaints. I'm not kidding. The grain structure looks so incredibly healthy, beautifully consistent, and it is very light. And grain haters, trust me when I say, you'll have no issues with this. The black levels look absolutely exceptional, and when you get that increased shadow detail, it is a sight to behold. The Dolby Vision HDR colours breathe new life into this movie as well, and I think you're going to massively appreciate some of the colours on show here. Some of the fine detail you're going to see across the board is quite striking. Just check out Gary Oldman's face. Even under the scrutiny of 4K, the makeup holds up so well. It is quite grotesque to look at. Texturally speaking, it looks absolutely fantastic, whether it's in the interiors or exteriors of buildings, clothing and textures all just look absolutely amazing. Fine detail to be seen on the faces as well, and the skin tones look incredibly healthy. Like I said, I had absolutely no issues whatsoever with this 4K transfer, and if you are a fan of this movie, trust me when I say you're going to be ecstatic with how it looks. As for the DTS 5.1 audio on this, now I don't know if it is the same as the previous Blu-ray, I didn't check it out, but for the most part I thought it sounded fine. Now it is very front heavy and the rear speakers are there for more ambient sounds, but there is some standout moments. One in particular is the fish market shootout scene. Gunshots do pack a nice wallop of bass to them, and your speakers get a good workout through that segment. It's quite impressive. The dialogue is unbelievably clean, beautifully centered. I think you're going to have little issues when it comes to the DTS 5.1 audio on this one, folks. So there you have it. That is my review of Hannibal, and as you can tell, I am very happy with how this actually looks and sounds, and fans out there, I think you are going to be ecstatic when you see this one. So there you have it, folks. So as per usual, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you could leave a comment down below, and please do share your thoughts on this movie and what did you think of its 4K transfer. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.